In other news, U.S. President Donald Trump often justifies his tariffs by pointing to trade deficits, claiming other nations take advantage of the U.S. He recently imposed a 50% tariff on certain Brazilian products. But this tariff was linked to Trump's political relationship with Brazil's former president, Jair Bolsonaro. In a recent interview, Brazil's President Lula da Silva has said that former President Bolsonaro should face new charges for allegedly instigating Trump's higher tariffs against Brazil.
I think he should be judged on other accounts because what he is doing now is to turn the United States against Brazil, affecting the Brazilian economy and the Brazilian workers. And his son should have another process and be condemned as a traitor to the country. A federal deputy, son of a former president, goes to the United States with the mission of lying and to turn the United States government against Brazil.
Earlier this year, Sao Paulo Congressman Eduardo Bolsonaro moved to the United States seeking support from Trump to halt criminal proceedings against his father. Former President Jair Bolsonaro is currently on trial, accused of plotting to overturn the 2022 presidential election results, which he lost to Lula da Silva. Eduardo Bolsonaro claimed credit for pushing the White House to impose a 50% tariff on most Brazilian goods, which have recently come into effect. President Lula has emphasized that Brazil's Supreme Court is independent and is prosecuting Bolsonaro strictly based on legal evidence, free from any U.S. interference. A lawyer for Jair Bolsonaro, now under house arrest, has declined to comment on this. When asked in the interview about negotiating directly with Trump to resolve the tariffs dispute, Lula said he has no room for talks, calling such negotiations a potential humiliation for him.
So, what is happening? The civilized way for two heads of state to negotiate is to have the will to make the decision along with Brazil. He could have communicated with Brazil, he could have called, he could have proposed a negotiation. But we received the taxation statement in a completely authoritarian manner. And we are not used to negotiating in this way, not like this. In the other letter, where he announced the 50%, he literally said, "It's because the government that is ruling Brazil is committing mistakes." He should take care of the United States. We'll take care of Brazil. This country only has one owner, and only one owner rules over the president of Brazil, the people.
Lula added that his ministers are struggling to open dialogue with their U.S. counterparts, so the Brazilian government is focusing on domestic measures to cushion the economic impact of the U.S. tariffs while maintaining fiscal responsibility. He also plans to call leaders from the BRICS group, starting with India and China, to discuss a possible joint response to the U.S. tariffs.